And no one, I mean no one, is paying to see Angel Reese attempt to play basketball. Hell, not even Mama Reese is paying to watch this live.
The numbers make one thing very clear: the WNBA can't ignore how much Caitlin Clark means to the league. When she hurt her left quad on May 25, 2025, the effect was felt right away, and it hit the league's business hard. With Clark out for at least 2 weeks, the huge gap between her star power and everyone else's has become impossible to deny. Players like Angel Reese and teams like the struggling Chicago Sky now have to face a tough truth: in women's basketball, it's the big names that bring in the fans and the money. Without Clark, the league's excitement drops fast, showing just how important it is to build a stronger, more balanced WNBA that doesn't rely on just one superstar to keep it thriving.
You can't tell me that the Caitlin Clark effect isn't real. You knew when news broke yesterday that Caitlin Clark was going to be out for a few weeks, that ticket prices were going to go down, but I never expected them to go down 71% for the rivalry game.
When news of Caitlin Clark's injury came out, the WNBA's growing economic momentum fell apart almost instantly. Ticket prices for Indiana Fever games dropped by a shocking 42%, going from an average of $137 to just $80 overnight. This wasn't a slow change or a normal market shift. It was a quick, clear message from fans and the market that without Clark, the excitement just isn't the same. The sudden drop shows how much the league depends on her star power for its financial success and how fragile the current system is when its biggest attraction is missing.
Indiana Fever ticket prices to games over the next 2 weeks have dropped 42% since Caitlin Clark's injury announcement. An average ticket price of $137 all the way down to $80. People are selling their tickets, definitely can't get face value, so what do? They just continue to lower and lower and lower and lower.
The Chicago Sky had moved their June 7th game against the Fever from the smaller 10,387-seat Wintrust Arena to the much larger 21,000-seat United Center, hoping to cash in on Caitlin Clark's massive popularity. But once news broke that Clark wouldn't be playing, ticket prices crashed. The cheapest ticket, which had been $86, dropped all the way down to just $25. For a team that had invested heavily in using a bigger venue, the financial hit was quick and painful. This sudden drop in ticket sales made it clear just how much the league's money flow depends on Clark's star power, and how risky it is to rely so much on one player.
Sky relocated the game to the United Center, the home of the Chicago Bulls and the largest arena in the NBA, expecting a marquee matchup between Clark and Sky forward Angel Reese. Now here's where it gets sweet, all right? It gets real interesting right here. However, uncertainty looms as ticket prices for the game have plummeted dramatically following Clark's injury announcement. Oh my goodness. Since it became likely she will miss the June 7th game, ticket prices have dropped a staggering 71%. Oh my goodness. Following from an entry price of $86 to just $25 according to Tick.
The current economic decline exposes a truth the WNBA has long tried to ignore: success isn't shared equally. While stars like Angel Reese command headlines and social buzz, the data tells a harsher story. The league's true engine is Caitlin Clark. According to Fox Sports, games featuring Clark and the Indiana Fever averaged an astonishing 1.178 million viewers, compared to just 394,000 for other WNBA matchups. That's not a small difference, it's a massive shift in the league's power structure. Clark doesn't just move the needle, she is the needle. Her presence lifts ratings, sponsorships, and public interest, proving she's the league's most vital asset. But beneath that success lies a warning: when one player carries this much weight, the entire league's balance becomes dangerously fragile.
I told you earlier, these WNBA franchises that moved games, like the Chicago Sky, to the, United Arena, you're screwed. You're done. You're cooked. Nobody is going to show up to this thing. Chicago Sky can't sell out their own 9,000-something seat arena like it is. They couldn't when they were kind of decent. They're a dumpster fire now. And now that Caitlin Clark is injured, the ticket prices for the Fever and Sky game just plummeted to Hades.
If you're enjoying this, make sure to hit that subscribe button. The May 17, 2025 matchup between the Indiana Fever and the Chicago Sky didn't just make headlines, it made history. Drawing 2.7 million viewers, it became the most-watched WNBA regular season game in 25 years, peaking at 3.1 million. That's not just impressive, that's groundbreaking. Caitlin Clark didn't just bring in basketball fans, she brought in everyone, people who might never have watched a women's game before, and the numbers don't lie. In the 2024 season, 21 of the 24 broadcasts that crossed 1 million viewers featured Caitlin Clark. That's nearly 90% of the league's biggest audiences revolving around one player. Even in the arenas, the pattern holds true. The only 3 games with crowds surpassing 20,000 fans all had one thing in common: the Indiana Fever. Clark isn't just a rookie sensation, she's a movement. Her impact extends beyond the box score, transforming TV ratings, ticket sales, and the overall visibility of the league. She's not just changing the game, she's redefining what women's basketball can be.
We know that wherever she goes, she's selling out arenas. The ticket prices skyrocket. Like, even trying to get tickets to Carver Hawkeye Arena when they played the Brazilian national team at her old school was just insane prices. If she's going on the road, wherever she's going, ticket sales jumped by 140%. Average is $312.
While the rest of the WNBA struggles to adjust without Caitlin Clark's presence, no team feels the impact more than the Chicago Sky. Starting the 2025 season 0-4, the Sky have found themselves in a tough spot, winless, inconsistent, and desperately searching for rhythm on the court. Meanwhile, even from the sidelines, Clark continues to dominate the headlines, keeping the spotlight squarely on her influence and away from Chicago's struggles. For Angel Reese, once hailed as Clark's greatest rival from their college battles, this moment has become a test. Without team success or a clear identity, maintaining relevance has proven difficult. The hype that surrounded her has started to fade, replaced by questions about leadership and performance. The decline shows up not just in the standings, but in the seats. Games that once drew high anticipation now struggle to move tickets. While matchups at the United Center featuring Clark used to command premium prices, regular home games at Wintrust Arena now go for as little as $17. That drop tells the real story. The market has spoken. It's a brutal reminder that in today's WNBA, star power isn't shared equally. Caitlin Clark isn't just the league's biggest name, she's the engine driving its entire economy. And without her, the Sky's struggles have become a reflection of just how fragile that balance truly is. Clip 7. The Chicago Sky's struggles run deeper than their 0-4 record. Their early season slump reflects a larger identity crisis, a team trying to define itself in a league where the spotlight has moved elsewhere. Without the automatic attention that came from facing Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever, the Sky now have to rely solely on their on-court performance to attract fans and media coverage. And so far, that performance hasn't been enough to keep audiences engaged. When Clark is out of the picture, the difference is undeniable. A comprehensive economic analysis found that Caitlin Clark was responsible for 26.5% of all WNBA economic activity during her rookie year, an almost unheard of figure for a single player in any professional sport. Projections for 2025 place her potential economic impact at around $875 million, with the possibility of surpassing $1 billion if current trends continue. These numbers are backed by measurable data, surges in ticket sales, national TV ratings, merchandise revenue, and local business growth in cities hosting Fever games. It's a powerful reminder that Clark isn't just a player, she's an economic force reshaping the entire WNBA landscape.
The WNBA will be reliant on their other stars to maintain the interest of the mainstream. With Angel Reese being the only player with mainstream name recognition, most of the pressure, it is going to be on her to perform. And we have plenty of evidence that proves Angel Reese is not qualified to